Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another edition of the Geek on the Podcast. We are on a new network home, ESEN. Thank you for having us. We do appreciate it. Apparently, somebody deleted all my stuff, but it's all good. It's all good. We're going to go ahead and make it past the disappointment of not having intros or things like that, but we're going to still put together one hell of a show for you guys tonight. First, let me go ahead and bring everybody in. Let me go ahead and bring in she is our TikTok and cosplay queen. Kat, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself, William?
Doing pretty good. I cannot complain. Cannot complain. A little bit disappointed. I had everything set up, but it's all good.
Oh no.
It's all good. We'll get through. We'll get through. Next up, let me go ahead and bring my man. He is all about comic books and Power Rangers. Let me bring my man Tyler in. Tyler, what's up?
Hey, it looks like we're getting a little galactic up in here. Some cosmic powers going on at Epi.
Yeah, some cosmic powers going on for sure. For sure. All right. Let's go ahead and bring in my next person. She is my anime buddy. Then we bring in my girl Janae. Janae, what's up?
You caught me when I was taking a bite.
So cool.
Oh, God.
Yum, 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 yum. What are you eating? Pizza bacon?
I'm eating a Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket.
They're breathtaking. They are. They're breathtaking.
What type of Hot Pocket, Janae?
Pepperoni one with the
Ooh,
classic crispy crust because I don't like the seasoned crust.
Hey, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Can never go wrong with classics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our resident video game streamer. Let's bring in Diamond. Diamond, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing good.
All right, and last but certainly not,
Invisible.
Yeah, they're invisible.
and last but certainly not least, let me bring my man Shaw in. Shaw, what's going on? How you doing?
Sup? How y'all doing, everybody?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing good, doing good. All right, let's go ahead. Let me see. All right, let's go ahead and get the show started. Say what?
Sounds like we're talking to gods.
Yeah, guys, we can't see you guys.
It's just us three. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's fine. You know.
I mean, we're the only two that need to be seen. I mean, we're the right. I mean, let's.
The spirits.
Now I can rule the world like gods, like angry gods.
Who said that?
Well, here. We'll have a furry. We'll have a furry attendee tonight.
Well, and if we're gonna make someone's picture big, Kat's would be the best one because she's the prettiest out of all of us. So I mean, it's best there.
Oh,
Nah, Janae tops me on that one.
Okay, then you both can take the spot. There you go.
With how I'm eating, I don't think so.
She's like trying to shove the smaller screen. She's like, shove food in my mouth. They can't see.
This is jacked up, but I'll get through it. All right, let's go ahead and get on to the rest of the show. Shaw, before we get started, does anybody have anything extra they want to go into before we get started? All right. Cool. Let's go and get started with the show, Shaw. Go ahead and shoot that rundown, sir.
all right. First up, let's talk about Superman and Lois. This is the most recent episode. Anybody see it?
Not yet.
I saw
Nobody?
part of it.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right. Well, let's see. We got the return of Tom Cavanaugh playing Gilford Godfrey, so that was cool to see.
Cat as a cat.
Basically, the steel suit was hacked. The daughter's suit gets destroyed by Jonathan and Jordan, and the steel suit gets stolen, and now Lex has it. And there's also apparently a tease for Brainiac, so we'll see what's happening with that. What did everybody think?
I'm just a little annoyed with Lex because he's like, woe is me. I'm not a bad guy, even though I killed Superman, but then he came back to life. It's like, Lois wronged me. It's like, Lex, just deal with it.
That is Lex.
You didn't get your apology. Oh, well, you have lots of money. Go do something else.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
Adult
Yep.
drama.
And now
All
those
right.
two.
What's it?
And then there were two.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no, Janae, you there?
I am. I don't know what my.
Janae just
My
wanted to
camera
not people see her stuffing her face with pizza rolls and stuff.
That's what it is.
All right.
There we
Well,
go.
anyone else have anything to say or
Camera off.
nothing
All right,
else?
Anybody else want to go? All right, what's next up on the list, y'all?
Arcane season 2. I'm not keeping up, so I don't know how many episodes is up, if it's weekly or if it's all up. What do you guys think? What's up?
I think it's all up. I only caught the first couple of episodes though. And basically for those of you that saw season 1, just as a little bit of a recap, basically they went to war at the end in season 1. So in your first 2 episodes, you're just kind of seeing like the aftermath of that kind of war.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to like Endgame Part 1, where you were seeing how everyone was kind of dealing like after the snap, like there's all these people missing and people don't know where their loved ones are, and there's funerals and power struggles, and there's anger, but at the same time there are people that are still looking for their family, even if they might have been on the opposite side of the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics, I don't want to say the graphics are weird. It's a graphic style that very much reminds me of the band Gorillaz music videos.
Mm-hmm. I get that vibe.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at it, but it's a very comic book kind of drawing, which I'm good with as a comic book fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy the fact that you don't have to have played the games to be able to follow the story, because I have dealt plenty in the world of toxic video gamers. So I've spent plenty of time playing video games where I had a 12-year-old yelling at me about all the things he was going to do to my mother. And I had to explain to him that just because I was not his mother did not mean I was not banging his father. And so when it came to League of Legends, and I started kind of hearing what that whole like vibe was from that kind of genre of players, I was like, not for me. But from what I've seen of the series so far, I am enjoying it.
Cool.
It's
Anyone else?
based off, for those who don't know, it's based off League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Cat said toxic.
Yeah.
the
Them crazy 12-year-olds.
characters themselves are technically toxic because of the technology and where they live. So.
Oh yeah. All right, what's next up, guys?
Dune Prophecy. Anyone seen Dune Prophecy?
I did.
What are your thoughts?
I'll let somebody else start. I tried last time.
Yeah.
Where is
I
it?
like
Where is it in the timeline? Is this before the movies or
10,000
after?
years.
Yeah,
10,000
10,000 years.
Okay.
Over that though, but yeah.
Yeah, it's 10,000 years before. It's loosely pulling from the book. What is it? Is it the Sisters of Dune? Is that what it is?
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Okay, I think it's loosely pulling from that book if I remember correctly. But yes, it's 10,000 years before any of the events happen in the movies that we've seen from Dune. I don't know. I mean, it has a good cast. It looks good. The only joke I will make is what I make about any prequel show whenever they're like, this was 10,000 years before. And I'm like, oh, they still wear the same clothes and have the same technology and nothing's ever changed. Good to know. Nothing changes in 10,000 years.
But technology is forbidden.
Only AI technology.
Yeah, AI technology. Which I'm going to say that was a cute little thing. The little lizard thing. It was cute.
Well, Tyler, are you going to tell them like what happened? Because the viewers may not know about the little lizard thing.
It's true.
Sure. We can. I didn't know how much we wanted to talk about. Essentially, yes. So this event of Dune, Dune Prophecy, right? Is it called?
Yeah, Prophecy, yeah.
It takes place 10,000 years before the events of Dune. We are going to witness the rise of the truth seekers or truth keepers.
Truth tellers.
Truth tellers. essentially, and every family across what helps kind of keep the peace across all the different families, or they have truth sayers who are a weird little faction of people that aren't rulers, but they kind of help the rulers keep the peace by making sure no one's lying to each other, making sure no one's planning things. There is sometimes this undertone of belief that the truth sayers are kind of their own evil faction in their way, because they do a lot of controlling and things, and we do talk about that in this show. They talk about how they plan the perfect they know who to mate the royals with, so they can hopefully control them, making sure that they do what they want them to do and kind of force the direct future of the galaxy. Clearly there's going to be some changes. There are some people with family names that are trying to rewrite their history. There are some people that are going to be clashing and trying to upset the status quo with everything that's been happening. So this is only the first episode, so it's hard to see what all is going to happen in it. It's more of just kind of introducing us to the characters, which is, again, the sisterhood, the royal families, which we all know, the Harkins, the Atreides, all these different royal families that exist. It's just going to see what happens and how it plays out.
Isn't the main...
Which I thought that it was really kind of interesting the way that...
Isn't the main sister technically an Atreyu or whatever, because she was cast out? The whole family was cast out or whatever?
The Harkins is who they talked about was cast out.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the Harkins are the bad guys in the Dune movie. The Harkins in the lore of which they do talk about. We have never seen it in visual form, but as they talk about in the beginning, is the reason why the AI technologies is gone is because there used to be a war against essentially the Terminator machines, whatever. They had their fight against AI, and as they talked about in that, supposedly the Harkins ran. They were considered, they betrayed everyone and left, and so Harkins have a weird history. There's a lot of different stuff with the Harkins. They're not always the bad guys, but they are a very complicated family. I've read a couple of their comic books storylines. I've read a couple of the Dune books. Harkins are just a weird... They're one of those ones that, like, yes, they're more often the bad guys, but they're also not always the bad guys. So sometimes they're overcoming that. So I don't know in this series, is Harkins going to be overcoming that bad tarnished name and becoming maybe a good person? Or are the Harkins still just going to be the bad guys they've always been?
Well, I have a feeling with the way it's going to work with the Harkonnens, and we'll see it further as the series goes on, is you're going to see that division. Because one of the things they talked about was basically anybody that had the Harkonnen name was cast into this just very desolate, harsh environment to basically fend for themselves. They were basically chased out for being cowards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you started to get, you had the one who branched off into the sisterhood. Which, for those of you who have watched the Dune movies, but have not yet watched the series, the sisterhood is the beginning of the Bene Gesserit.
Yep.
This is kind of where it all started from. So then, it wouldn't surprise me if you have, because even in the new movies, and it's been a long time since I've watched the the originals, so I don't. Yeah. So I don't remember if in the originals, if the mother had brought up that she was Harkonnen. It basically meant then that family Atreides and family Harkonnen were connected.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't come up until I think Messiah or Children of.
Okay. Well, and I wasn't sure where it came up in the movie, because I know in the new ones it was brought up in Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where it was brought up in the older ones. And so the fact that they're talking more about that, and it gives you a little bit more background as to how the Harkonnens could diverge in two different directions. Mm-hmm. So just like any group or any group that gets cast out from their traditional society, you're going to have some that are going to unfortunately go into like a warring mode, and others that are going to go into more of a religious mode. So that's kind of what I think you're seeing with the Harkonnens. You're not seeing the battle ready Harkonnens in the TV show yet.
Yeah.
But we've seen that in the movies. We know that particular portion of the faction in the films.
That path will be there one day.
Right. And I find it interesting, though, that of course they're bringing that in as, hey, this is where this all started with the Bene Gesserit. Actually started with the Harkonnens as well.
Yeah.
Because the Bene Gesserit, it's a complicated relationship between them and everyone in the Dune universe. Because some people basically see them as witches.
Mm-hmm.
Some people see them as religious zealots. Some people see them as having being like the mothers of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because only women are allowed into the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah.
And only women will have that power we see that was introduced.
But we also saw, though, in prophecy that that's not always the case.
Yeah, because he had some.
I didn't catch his name. Ragnar from Vikings.
Well,
I wonder he looked familiar, so I looked him up. I was like,
I'm wondering if his is going to be something different. I don't know. I didn't read the Sisters of Dune book, so I don't know this character very well at all. So I have no idea. I wondered. Only reason why I wonder is because the sisterhood, for the most part, their magic, unquote magic, is based around the wording, the powers of words.
And the tone of the voice, yeah.
He didn't say anything, I thought, really. And he just kind of was like looking at him and causing it to happen as he focused on him.
So you see some of that have you seen the new movies yet, Tyler?
Yeah, I've seen them both.
Okay. So, but if you notice that think back to the airplane scene, when him and his mom were being taken captive. You didn't hear a lot of change in his tonality, but it was the way he slowed the words down.
Yeah.
Pushed the psychic thought, so to speak, to the soldier to release his mom.
And so it could be that.
I'm wondering is if possibly in men and women it's different?
Possibly.
Because let's face it, women have a different tonality in our voices than men do. So for the Bene Gesserit, when it's the women doing it, it's a more noticeable change in tone. Where with the men, maybe the tonality change isn't as dramatic.
Yeah, possibly,
Because I didn't think I heard anything with the woman because I thought there was also one of the other sisters that caused the other sister to light on fire, or was he doing it for both?
I thought I was going to ask, I was like, was she somehow connected
did
to
she
the boy
catch on
or
fire, or thought she was just crying out in pain? Was she?
She got the burns.
Yeah, I thought she was connected to the princess, not to the prince.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
So I thought it was weird, like that he was getting attacked, but then she started too. And
I'm not sure.
Attacking her.
Unclear.
But she was on fire too. So
then again, it's really hard to tell underneath all those black robes which one was which. Maybe she was the Bene Gesserit for that kid's dad.
It cut out. Sorry, what?
I'm thinking possibly because I'm sorry, I can't tell who's who under their black cone hat face things.
I think she was the one for the
I thought she was the one for the princess too, but I'm like, maybe they just both look so similar that I just couldn't tell them apart.
What I will say,
maybe
it's nice to see the actor from Vikings is clearly sticking with sci-fi. After Vikings, he went to was it Raised by Wolves, and now he's back here. I'm like, you know what? Sci-fi is a good fit on him. I mean, I like it. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And of course, you saw a little bit of like the royal interactions, the fact that she's marrying a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
And she has zero compassion for him. Like she knows nothing. Her whole thing is he's 9. That gives me 9 years to rule a kingdom.
Yeah.
And mold it the way I want to before he comes of age and can take a throne.
Yeah.
And
But isn't she being sent to the sisterhood though anyway, so she wouldn't be able to?
She was choosing, I believe.
She was choosing to go there. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
So
Because they didn't want her
But-
to go there. She's not supposed to because she's royalty.
But the scene that Tyler was talking about, so they're there at like the they're not officially married. It's like the engagement ceremony.
yeah,
And so there's like an engagement party happening after.
Yep.
And I mean, how many people here have and are watching have 9-year-olds? I mean, it's not uncommon for a kid to sneak a toy in their pocket or something that they were told not to bring.
Mhm.
And she kind of picks up that he's doing something. He's playing with something. And he pulls out this kind of cool spherical thing. Oh, pardon me. And it goes all like GoBots on him and turns into this little like AI lizard with these cute little like blue laser eyes. But of course, because of the AI wars, and I want to say this is taking place like, what is it, like 50 years after the wars?
I thought it was like 80, I thought.
Maybe it's 80. Yeah. I mean, I know it's less than 100.
Yeah, it was under 100, but I think it was like 80 or something.
People are still very aware of the damage those machines did. Because like we said, it's very similar when you get into the deep history and the lore as to how did Dune get to be Dune.
Yeah.
It gets back to the Terminator, for lack of a better term. There was an AI robot system that just went that completely batty and turned on the humans, which is everybody's greatest fear with AI, even today. So
ChatGPT is coming for you.
trust me, if it can't get minor details right, it's got a ways to go.
You have to unlock premium to get the defense, okay?
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. So
You got to up that money. You got to pay that 20 every month.
You don't want to be destroyed by AI? Give me that $20 a month.
So what Tyler touched on was like, hey, this really cool thing that the kid had was this lizard. And as it like the entire crowd is freaking out because this particular batch of people who are loyal to the princess's family, they have a very much like fear still of what had happened with those machines. So, in steps Ragnar again and like stabs the thing. Obviously, it's a little machine, and it ends up basically like, I'm pretty sure it has like a nanotech probably that healed it, because later on you do see him playing with it again. So that was the like neat little gadget that Tyler was talking about earlier.
I want one.
All right. Next up, Cobra Kai. I think one of you wanted to talk about it, about the recent season or whatever.
oh my gosh,
So much drama.
so much adult drama. it's like high school 2.0.
It's a cross between like soap operas
Yes.
and teen dramas on Nickelodeon.
Yep.
What season is this now?
Oh,
Whatever the current one is, 3.
yeah.
I watched the first like 3, maybe 4 seasons, and I haven't watched it since. So I'm like, how long? It just keeps going.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the second part of this season, and now we have to wait for a third part. Oh, bums.
What?
Yeah. Gotta wait for a third part. I think in February it drops.
Yeah. So, like, the brief synopsis of this one is basically it's the kids training their way up to the big tournament in Japan or in Spain. What is it called? The
Fu. The
Dafu? Wow. I mean,
That sounds interesting.
the Sekai.
Sekai Tekai.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's some Wu-Tang stuff right
We're
there.
on season 6. The second half of season 6 dropped. So.
And so are we talking first episode here? Because I mean, I accidentally binged what was left.
Whatever y'all want to talk about, go ahead.
Did you binge what was left, Janae?
Yeah, I just been.
All right, we just binged it. All right.
We were like, okay, let's do this.
Let's do
Go
this.
for it, ladies. Go for it. Go for it, ladies. Go for
And
it.
I were just watching it. We're like, okay, here it goes. And we're like, oh my gosh, again.
Yeah.
What else can go wrong?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead and go for it.
it's kind of one of those things where you know something's going to go wrong. At the last season break, Johnny and them found out they were having a baby. So you've got this whole blended family thing going on. At the beginning of this episode, because they were still living separately, all of a sudden the plumbing fell through the roof at her place. So now they're all in at Johnny's place, which we all know wasn't very big to begin with.
Yeah.
You still have some of that rub between the two dojos. Like some people that are upset that Cobra Kai dojo fell. Other people that are, like, hey, at least we still have a dojo we can go to and be a part of.
Mhm.
Because for some of the kids, let's face it, there's some people when you're doing a sport like karate that become loyal to their dojo and their sensei, which there's something to be said for that. No, absolutely nothing against that, but that's the way some people are. And like the thought of having to change to a different dojo and work under a different sensei, they struggle with. Plus all the other drama that has played out between all of them over the seasons. But I still can't figure out which is worse, the kid drama or the adult drama.
I think the adult drama is worse than that because the kid drama is just like mild stuff. And it's like, okay, why are these adults acting like worse than the children that are acting?
Right? And so they end up with the tournament. And like, I don't want to give too many spoilers away since like we said, we binged it. They get their 6 that are going to compete. And Johnny, being one of the senseis, of course, has to go. Mm. But I just need someone to help me wrap my head around this. I get that they live in California. Mm-hmm. But you can't tell me that Johnny's making enough money to be able to afford a round trip ticket to Spain, then to cancel the return flight, book an emergency flight from Spain back to California, and then book another flight from California back to Spain, also last minute emergency.
I would
that
think
is like a $2,000 ticket.
I would think I was wondering that too. I was wondering if maybe I can't remember in the last season if like somehow they said that the event sponsors that part, so they
okay, so they would have paid for one ticket?
Yeah, but not coming back and forth.
Yeah. So like the original round trip, so I can see like once the second half of this season picks up wherever it's going to pick up at. Mm-hmm. His round trip is covered there because that's the ticket they already booked. Mm-hmm. But I need to know how Johnny's affording that round trip airfare last minute.
Yeah.
And how is that less than a 12-hour flight?
Right.
Timey-wimey.
Apparently. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's because of the fact that he told the guy to fly straight and not fly up and over.
Oh my gosh, that was
that was some crazy flat earther stuff right there, let me tell you.
Really.
How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Went to the stream. What am I talking about?
So
biscuits. I want some biscuits.
Garrett, what's up, man?
No, that was last week, Garrett.
But after all of this time, like, I don't understand how we're 5 seasons in. Like, at this point, those two just need to put their crap behind them.
Well, therapy would help everyone, but
I mean, if you can't afford therapy, 12-pack of beer.
Well, you just said if you can afford those plane tickets, you definitely can afford therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my whole thing is like, there's so much drama between those two that I'm like, how are these kids learning anything?
Well, some
Other
like,
than, like,
a few times
generational trauma.
just had to teach the adults. It's like, okay, yeah, they're making sense. It's like,
The real tragedy here is that YouTube didn't capitalize on this short little YouTube video. Netflix took it up before YouTube could make it into something for their platform. That's the real tragedy here.
yeah,
They had it for 2 seasons.
Yeah, but they let it go though.
Yeah, but there was still 2 full seasons was on YouTube.
2? Was it fully 2? I thought it was just 1 season.
No, it was 2 seasons. Actually, was it 3
Alright,
actually?
No, there's no way.
2 or 3. I'm not sure.
But yeah, and so with this, I do think it's neat because, like, I mean, they've always, of course, called it Miyagi-Do, but they never really talked much about Miyagi's past. They just kind of chalked up that if you're watching Cobra Kai, you've seen the movies and you kind of know who Mr. Miyagi is. But so the new season, without giving away too many spoilers, does start to dig into a little bit more Mr. Miyagi lore, which I thought was really it was interesting, and a lot of it made sense in a lot of ways. Like as far as like his teachings of we don't do karate to compete to hurt people. We do karate to defend ourselves. So when you get into like a little bit more of the lore behind that, you actually learn a little bit more while they're at the Sakai Taikai that I probably just completely butchered the name on. I'm sorry. But you get into a little bit more because it actually turns out that without too many spoilers here, back in the early days of the competition, Mr. Miyagi was a competitor.
mm-hmm.
And you'll find out more about that lore as you watch it. So,
all right, let's move on.
Anybody?
All right, let's move on to our next topic. There's somebody else want to add to Cobra Kai real quick.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. What's next, y'all?
All right, next up, let me just look at this thing right here. Death Battle, Bowser versus Eggman. Did anybody see it?
Got to watch that.
I started watching it, but then I didn't go back to finish.
Well, it was a good fight.
Who won?
Bowser won.
Okay.
It was actually good, and they actually, explained some pretty good stuff. It was pretty good, actually.
Eggman's tech just couldn't beat.
Yeah, because Bowser survives a lot of stuff.
He's the turtle dragon thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's go ahead and move on over to Janae and her anime news. Janae, what you got for us tonight?
First, since Thanksgiving is next week, a new Goku blimp will be appearing for the Macy's Day Parade. So
Nice.
So that'll be interesting to see if anyone watches that. I saw some people just watch football and some people just watch Christmas movies when it's supposed to be Thanksgiving. I don't just to each their own.
I mean, I remember when the Macy's Day Parade was like a big to do.
Yeah.
It meant something to me at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing. It just you're right. It feels like now today it's oh yeah, that thing.
Like, woo.
I feel at a certain point, and like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm an old lady and maybe my memory's failing me.
Old lady.
Yeah.
That old lady.
The parade used to be more about the participants in the parade. So your high school band performances, the Rockettes.
Yeah.
They'd have groups from various musicals and things come out and do like little like song numbers during the parade. Like that's what parades used to be about. You had really cool floats. You'd have like popular musicians come out and like do a song or two down the parade route.
Mm-hmm.
Cat, you
As
forgot
time has gone on-
capitalism.
Well, but as time has gone on, you've gotten away from that and away from seeing like the cool balloons, the floats, the music, all the things that a parade is about. And it's all about just the commentators running their mouths.
It's a giant info commercial now.
And like you miss out on a lot of it, which is kind of a bummer. So it's like, they'll go and show you like a few of the big highlighted balloons. Like they'll probably show Goku.
Yeah.
They'll show the new, I think it's a new Minnie Mouse balloon is also coming out because she's never been in the parade before, apparently.
Minnie Mouse?
Yeah.
Never?
Maybe it was Daisy Duck. It's one of the two. One of the two I heard was going to be in the parade, and they've never been in the parade before. And I was kind of surprised. That's why I think it was Minnie Mouse, because I think I was kind of surprised. Like, what do you mean Minnie Mouse has never been a balloon in the parade before?
Is the Red Ranger still in it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched, like, legit. I don't think I've watched the Macy's Day Parade in over 20 years.
It's probably been a decade for me, but
yeah, like I said, I'm an old lady, so
Poor lady cat.
Hey, I'm just saying, I make middle age look good. Okay.
I only watched the Macy's Day Parade one time, and that was when Barney, like, it was like a clip of Barney getting popped in the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh
That was
my
it.
God, I remember that.
I was like, are you sure you're not thinking of Jingle All the Way where Booster gets popped? I mean, I don't know if that's what.
No. When Barney
Oh,
just like the whole
like,
side
that's a legit, like that's a legit safety hazard, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like those balloons are the size of a football field.
It was just.
This is true.
Okay, sorry, Janae. Didn't mean to.
I was looking up the Minnie Mouse thing.
Oh, okay.
I wish to know.
I need to know this now. I need to know now.
I need to know these things now. It says the featured Disney characters have included Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Kermit the Frog, Spider-Man, Goofy, Chicken Little, Buzz Lightyear, JoJo, Olaf, and Gru. Makes no sense. And then Minnie Mouse, but it doesn't, like, it lists like different stuff for different eras, but it didn't say which when Minnie debuted though. So that must be you might be right on the Minnie Mouse thing, because since it was like one of the last ones.
Oh, it looks like Red Ranger was taken down in 2019 from the parade.
Oh wow.
Sad panda.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of sad.
In manga news, the creator of DN Angel, Yukiro Sugashiki, sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong, has announced a new manga series called Double D and Angel. It will be launching issues on Fridays in
Like Double
of
D
their
Angel,
monthly
is that Colin
magazine.
Will or something? Or
Huh?
the Double D Angels, Will tuning in? Is that what's going on there? You know,
No.
Will's like, sorry, come again? What how many D's? What?
Well, the original series is called D and Angel, and it's about a boy, Daisuke. He when he's 14, like every boy in his family line turns into this thief called Dark, and he only transforms. I believe I have not read the manga in a long time, but I believe he transforms when his heart gets elevated from like seeing his crush and stuff. And so like to reverse back from Dark to Daisuke, it's the reverse. So like if Dark sees his love interest or whatever and raises his heart rate, he switches back, kind of a thing. But the family is a bunch of thieves, so they train to like break into houses and rob things to begin with, because they know they're going to turn into this this person. Well, his grandpa turned into Dark back in the day. It doesn't go to to women, so it's only through the boys. So his mom, it skipped that generation because of his mom. So I'm excited to see. It doesn't say much about what the new series is going to be about, so I don't know if it's when he gets older or not. I unfortunately never got to finish the manga series because they had stopped printing it because it went on a hiatus for such a long time. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. And then in other anime news, the first half of Ranma 1/2 is out. It's up to episode 7 or 8 now. And so the next few episodes will be all the way up to 12 soon. And then Garrett and I will talk about that when all those are done. So that's all the news I have for anime news-wise.
All right. Anything else you got? Janae?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thank you for that information. I do appreciate it. All right. We're going to do round robin real quick. Diamond, what video game news you got for us?
So, the Game of the Year nominees for Game of the Year
Oh, boy.
are Astrobot, Elatro, or Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree, Metaphor Infesto, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Many people are questioning if a DLC should be considered for this category.
That's a good point.
I'm just like,
And no Dragon Ball? Oh.
no. It's like, nah, fuck that game.
Oh, no Dragon Ball. Oh.
Well, because is it because it just dropped? Because like where like in the Oscars you have like between like this year and there's like a cutoff. Maybe it came out too late for it to be nominated. Maybe it'll get nominated next year.
That is a possibility, but there's like a lot of people who stopped playing Sparkling Zero after it released. There's like half the servers are now full with people because of all the people who are choosing particular characters like Broly from not the newest movie, but the previous movie. And then there's people choosing Hercule and other characters are just spamming. So they're just like not playing the server or not being on the game no more. Like fuck this game. And then
the server of 5,000 Brawlies.
Yeah,
it's a Brawly server. Like everyone's Brawly. Like
yeah, basically they're just like I don't want to play this game no more. I'm done.
Who chooses Mr. Satan / Hercule though?
People who want to get people mad. I haven't played it yet. I want to play the game.
Each their own.
You know, I want to piss off people.
I would assume like he wouldn't be able to do much because he can't fly.
You'd be surprised what people be doing with Hercule.
He's always been a good fighter in that game.
Don't do that to Mr. Satan.
I've never played the game. I just remember him from the cartoons. So.
Don't do that to Mr. Satan.
I don't do fighting games with Janae anymore.
The game is cheesy.
The game is cheesy, but
in the game you do not want to go up against him in any game. No
as soon as like people see him, they just like quit the game. They're like done.
And Janae will beat you up.
Oh, whatever. This is fun.
I also hear that like Yamcha's also one of those characters you don't want to play against.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I think it's also Beerus too. It's just like they keep spamming their move.
Yeah, Beerus and Whis.
And then I'm gonna say like how I used to say with Virtual Fighter 4. Virtua Fighter 5 is coming to PC this winter. Jesus, I can't speak.
All right.
And then,
real quick, I also saw that Marvel vs. Capcom Collection is also coming to Xbox soon. No release date, just that it is coming. Xbox.
And then Sony is intending to possibly buy the parent company that owns From Software.
That's what's up.
That's not what's up.
That's what's up.
That's not what's up.
The gods are fighting.
Like, no, it's not. That's wrong. They can't do what Nintendo does.
Big company buying up a little company. That's what's up.
I'm just waiting for my Marvel rivals.
Hell
And
yeah.
then the rumor of Godzilla's coming to Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard that was happening.
I
yeah.
want to see that.
So it's gonna be like a Sim City kind of deal. Like Godzilla enters and just starts crushing everybody's bases.
I hope
Like,
so. That'll be the final part is like Godzilla versus what's his name? Not King Kong. What's that moth?
Oh,
Mothra?
Mothra.
Yeah, Mothra.
Well, I mean, they can do it. I mean, they had that Galactus event where Galactus's hand is giant across the map. Maybe they'll do something with Godzilla comes in and does something.
Just stomps.
Just hear the theme song. You're like, oh
What
no!
happened?
Start running through the hills.
Didn't I hear something about some sort of Gundam thing happening too?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh.
I vaguely remember something about like Gundams or something.
Everything
Oh
can
yeah,
be
that
now.
last week. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Gundams should be dropping.
Yeah.
Damn.
They got Gundam. The next thing they're gonna go after is Pokemon. They're gonna have to add Pokemon to Fortnite.
No, because they don't want.
Nintendo like smack that down. Like, no.
Pika, Pika, Pika.
Nintendo will kill that in a heartbeat.
If they pay Nintendo enough, Nintendo would be okay with it.
Oh, yeah. Nintendo likes money.
It'll be a bigger
Yeah.
fuck you to Nintendo. Paul will decide like, hey, I want to put my game in your game. Let's do this.
All
Actually,
the Fortnite
you know
players
what?
are just gonna throw Pokemon.
Instead of Pokemon, Pow World. I would give
Yeah.
them a call right now.
Mhm.
Especially with that lawsuit, they're just like, you know what?
Yeah,
We're just
Pow
gonna
World,
put
get that money from Fortnite right now. Jump in.
right?
Oh yeah.
A big middle finger to Nintendo, like, nah. And then what was it? Hasbro is working on a Magic the Gathering Commander video game.
Seriously.
Okay.
Money.
Capitalism.
I mean, okay. As someone who's played Magic the Gathering since before it had editions,
Mhm.
like, once again, folks,
In
I'm
the
an
time
old
before time.
back when
Many
Magic the
moons
Gathering
ago.
was the game. They're like, oh, what deck did you start with? Magic the Gathering.
Like dust off the desk, like.
I was there when creation started.
I mean, I may or may not own a Black Lotus. Original.
Do not cite the dark
Yeah.
magic for me, witch.
I was there
Yeah.
when it was written.
So at one point they brought it onto consoles as like a video game you could play. It still had the cards, so you could still like flip through the cards and the decks and whatnot. But it didn't do well. So why do they think the Commander decks are gonna do well?
Because money.
Money. Yeah, it's like
But it costs a lot of money to make those games.
you're asking questions that they never ask themselves. Okay, Kat? I mean, let's be real.
I mean, obviously. I mean, have you ever played a game from Bethesda? But like, why? You are raking in money hand over fist with your card game,
Mhm.
and at the rate that they are releasing cards, players. I mean, okay. Players can't keep up with it. They are releasing new decks that quickly. Which means for those people that are really diehard, you can expect that every 3 to 4 weeks, you've got a player out there dropping $100 to $150 on commander decks, booster packs, and every accessory to match the new setup. Why are you going to spend?
That's why they think they can put out a game because they're like, look, people are spending $50 every 3 weeks. We should be fine.
But it's not the same kind of attitude. Like, if I go out and spend this much on what are you going to do? Sell the game for $5, but then have people,
Buy DLC.
microtransaction the crap out of cards?
Yep.
That
that's
might
what-
work. But otherwise, you're never making your money back.
Fortnite, free to play, buy skins.
Make it a free to play game. Just buy a bunch of decks.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
if that's how they're going to do it, I think that would
I'm
be the
already
only way.
terrified because I'm scared because I'm waiting for the Marvel Magic the Gathering cards that I'm scared to pay for.
Oh yeah, I have my Fallout ones that were. I mean, I have all the decks It was a decent investment because the commander decks.
I don't. Oh, sorry.
They used to be like $50 for a commander deck. Now they're like 75 to 80.
Jeez.
Well, I don't. So I missed out on the whole Magic trend because I did Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon, all the different things. I missed out on it. However, I did drop some money on the Doctor Who Magic the Gathering decks, and they were sitting in a box in my closet. And I'm just gonna pretend that I forgot that they exist, so I never touch them. But they're there. They exist.
I have one box that I picked up and they obviously didn't know what they had, or someone had the wrong sticker gun. I don't know, but it was like $40 under standard retail, and I'm like, let me get that.
Yeah, I got my Doctor Who. They're in a box. I'm just yes. I had to buy. I think there was about 4 decks. I bought 3 of them.
Yeah, I have all 4 of the ones for Fallout. Plus, I ordered the matching not hard side, but like they're the flexible plastic deck boxes to match. I have a desk mat. Actually, let me rephrase that. It is not a desk mat. It is a table mat. I did not read the dimensions on Amazon when I ordered it. It is for a full 6-foot long table.
Oh,
whatever
and
works.
It has each of the colors. So your white, black, red, green, blue, only they're in like Fallout universe style.
Nice.
It's dope. It's still rolled up in its Amazon box because I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to put that.
Did Yu-Gi-Oh ever? I remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh, all of their things were always like paper. Did Yu-Gi-Oh ever make like cool, nice rollout mats? Did they?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Well, see, I didn't. I just remember back in the day only having the paper ones.
I think the paper ones come in the box, so like as you learn to play, you had something
Yeah,
you could
you could like buy mats or win them at like events and stuff.
Yeah.
I've had like
when I went to
3
events, I
different
saw
ones.
mats, but I never saw Yu-Gi-Oh ones. I just saw like regular like.
Yeah, we've had Yu-Gi-Oh mats.
Yeah, you need
Every sneak peek comes out with one. So like that. Every tournament you get one specifically for like the championship ones. I had one for that I don't remember the year, but I had the one that had all the Junk Warrior stuff on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I've had one with yeah, so yeah, that's they have bats.
I need to get my hands on one.
Yeah, they've also got deck boxes that it could be the shop you were going to, possibly if a shop isn't big into Yu-Gi-Oh, like if they don't have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh clientele.
Yeah. I haven't looked at that stuff and since I used to get it, which was like 20 years ago now. But I do remember like whenever I in Boise was when I got into it when I was doing that stuff, and I remember going to a tournament and no one had a Yu-Gi-Oh like actual mat. Some of them would have like foam mats, but they weren't like set up for Yu-Gi-Oh. They were just like regular mats. And so I just was like, I hadn't seen one, but I never looked either. So
yeah, a lot of people like using plain mats or using mats from Magic because a lot of people play both Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right, Dom, you got anything else?
I got one more. Story. So they released a story trailer for Aliens Rogue Incursion for since it's a VR exclusive game.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Okay.
I don't need face huggers in VR.
The only time I just want to buy VR now is just to play Alien Incursion.
Thank you.
I mean, that would be a fun game to play on VR.
Yeah, just running into a wall.
You have at it. No, thank you.
Are you going to be looking down and all of a sudden see it come out of your chest? You're like, ah! No.
Yeah, chest burst. No.
That should be the ending of that game. Is there should be one coming out of your chest and you have to look down and watch it happen.
That's nightmare fuel right there.
I did Rise of Nightmares for the Kinect, which was bad enough because you're literally punching and kicking your way through fighting zombie monsters. And, there's a certain point when I hit the game, and thanks to my lovely pets, I could no longer play that game once it got dark. So I do not need Aliens in VR.
Wasn't like, what was it? Aliens Isolation was if you had to connect like motion censored or something, or like you can pick up stuff on the mic, and it's like I want to play that, but at the same time, because I have the game and I'm just like I want to play it, but I have 3 dogs and they bark at anything that moves, so I'm like that would be a fun
mine
time.
was apparently my cat thought that it needed attention at that moment, and it was like a really intense like walking through trying to not be seen by the one monster who's like will one-shot kill you at this point in the game. And I'm creeping around, and there was a jump scare at the same time my cat grabbed my leg.
Cat yeeted her cat across the room.
And at that point I was like, and so like I was like, all right, calm down, all right, we're good, we're just gonna stop the game for tonight, all right. Tried to come back to it as soon as the sun started going down. I was like, nope, I'm done.
All right. Janae and Diamond, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna roll over to Tyler real quick. Tyler, what you got for Power Ranger Sex A? As Jim Ross used to say, Sex A.
Well, of course, if you're over on Feast of Family, enjoying the Power Rangers sexy, because we got to find out who the sexiest Ranger of all time is, right? Well, of course, Sunday through Friday was always a new votes. People keep voting. But the results for this past week, let's go over them. We have Corone versus Rose. Do we have any ideas who's going to take that one on?
Rose.
No, it was Corone.
What?
Yeah.
That's an upset.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I guess we like the baddie. Corone was a baddie. So like, we just.
That's an upset.
I'm sorry to tell you, Rose didn't make it.
That's an upset in Power Ranger Sex I. That's an upset.
We had Chad versus Kevin.
Chad.
I got Chad.
Of course, Kevin. The only time we're ever going to be okay with the Chad is here. So that's the one we got to go with. So Chad, and also
make that comment too.
Hey, Chad had a mermaid girlfriend, so he can get it. Okay, so like here we go.
I'm gonna pretend you ain't say that.
He had a mermaid girlfriend.
I'm gonna pretend you ain't say that.
Say what?
How the hell you gonna say you a dude? How the hell you gonna say another dude can get it?
Because I'm okay with my sexuality.
The hell? Pretend you ain't say. I'm gonna bleep that out, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna bleep that thing out.
Wow,
you go out, bro. I ain't gonna let you go out like that. I ain't.
Okay. We had Joel versus Mike. Mike took it away. Joel definitely was not. I don't know if Joel got any votes. I'm sorry, Joel, but
damn.
Mike, people like Mike. I like Mike, man.
He got shut out.
What?
He got shut out.
I don't think I saw any votes for Joel. I don't think I saw any. So if there was, maybe one, but I'd have to go double check. I didn't think I saw any when I was looking through it.
Can we go back? Can we go back? Can we go back and vote so I can just give him one?
Just a sympathy vote. Just for you, Joel. Just for you.
Just let me get Joel one. I feel kind of bad for Joel. Let me get him one.
We had Emily versus Kelsey.
Emily.
It was Emily. I mean, here's the thing. Kelsey is that extreme sports, and she's great. But Emily just had that like innocent look, and we just apparently that was too much. We couldn't handle. So Emily
Kat, we're both old enough to say that people love, particularly dudes, we love the girl next door.
They do. Yeah, there is something to be said about the girl next door.
Yes.
It's a really it's you either have the girl who's trouble
Mm-hmm.
or the girl next door.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like you see this in Cobra Kai. Because you've got Tori, and then you've got Danielson's daughter, whatever her name is. Sam.
I would never like one of those girls. They get
but they're that spectrum for dudes. Like she either needs to be really, really chill and girl next door and sweet, or she needs to be like so crazy that her demons need therapy.
Yep.
I'm the latter.
Yeah. It's like it's like Kat. And the thing about it, Kat, there's no in between on that.
Nope. If you are that in between where like you're a little bit of a bad, you're a little sugar spice, like you're a little bit of a bad girl every once in a while, but you're a little bit of a girl next door. No, forget that. No, you gotta be completely nuts.
Yep.
With like more drama than anybody knows how to handle. Like you know, you've come to terms with your inner demons to the point where like you guys cuddle,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
have to be so plain Jane girl next door that like you're one step shy of showing up with an apron and a dress with an apple pie.
It's just the Geek Gauntlet's official stance on women. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
You know what though? Depending
when Janae was talking about her anime news, it took every ounce of self-control I had not to crack a joke about Double D Dude Ranch.
I wanted to make a joke about High School
You know what, though?
DxD just to win.
You know what though? You know what though?
it's
You know what though? You know what though? Depending on the female, I'm taking the apple pie.
We have two more. We had Michael versus Gem. Michael, of course, from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, and then Gem from Power Rangers RPM. And
Gem.
they tied.
Another tie?
So
I-
how?
I-
let me ask you this, Tyler.
Tie before.
So Tyler, let me ask you this: how does the ties work? Explain that to us.
They're going to continue to the next round. Luckily, what I'm going to do is the people who have tied, I'm going to make them battle. So we had the tie last week. So I'm going to make those tie cross with each other, so that hopefully that will get it out. But they're going to make it to round 2 because that's what we need, more people to vote. Get on their vote so that we can get these ties broken.
Yes.
And then we had the wrap up. We had Damien versus Jake. And nope, it was Jake. Jake took it. People just like that dude. That, he got that curly hair going on. People just that's where it was at, I guess. But you got to keep voting. We still have 3 more for the Lightspeed versus Samurai, and then of course we'll slide directly into Time Force versus RPM. So that should be a fun one. But plenty of people to vote on. Keep voting each day to find out who's going to be crowned the sexiest Power Ranger of all time, because that's going to be, I think we'll all be kind of surprised, because already some of these votes have already made me surprised about who might be there. So this will be an interesting roller coaster for sure.
Y'all get out there and vote. Hey, Tyler, if you need to, you can post on either Gauntlet page. So if you need to, I'll make you admin or admin or mod, and you can post these to either Gauntlet page. That way you can get the word out a little bit better.
Sure, whatever we need to do, whatever helps. Whatever you guys want to do.
Cool. All right. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. All right, Shaw, let's go back to you. Go right ahead with the rest of that rundown.
All right, we got some Marvel news. Apparently the title, the opening title song for the new Spider-Man cartoon will have a blend of the 1960s cartoon and a rap verse. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Ah, damn. You mean the Spider-Man does whatever? You talking about that one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just a time. Do. Look at Spider-Man. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head all night.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody.
Yep. That Spider-Man was cool though. And you didn't think about it. If you looked at it as an adult, you'd be saying, "Oh my god, this shit was so dumb." But back as a kid, yeah, you loved it.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back and tried to rewatch G.I. Joe?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
I'm sorry, I still love it. I don't care.
Well, so do I, but the continuity issues were hilarious. We were watching, and we really sat down and watched it, not browsing our tablets or anything of that nature, legit just watching it.
Mhm.
And I was like, hold up, go back. Wait. The continuity problems were obviously there was no quality control in the 80s for kids animation.
Nope.
Everything went. It was just do it, and it was pretty hilarious.
Whatever Funimation gave him, that was it.
The last time this has been probably 15 years ago, but the last time I rewatched Transformers,
Which
Megatron,
Transformers?
80s
G1?
Transformers, and Megatron's voice was talking while Optimus was moving his little face thing, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is not right." So,
I love G1. I love G1 Transformers though. G1 Transformers was cool, but they had some inconsistencies in that too.
mm-hmm.
Inconsistencies in old kid television? No, never.
Yes, it happened,
Mhm.
Tyler. It happened.
Well, like,
I wouldn't know anything about that after 30 years of Power Rangers. I would never know anything about that. Or my rewatch of
Oh, man.
Pokemon right now.
Which Pokemon are you watching?
All of it.
Which one are you on now, though? Which one
I'm
are you
on
now, though?
season 5 right now, which is the Master Quest season.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Nice. That was nice.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Apparently there was a She-Hulk cameo in the Wolverine and Deadpool movie,
But it got
but
cut.
yeah, that got dropped.
That bitch got cut.
It was too much fourth wall breaking. They couldn't handle it.
No.
They should make a joke
No.
about that. If She-Hulk pops up somewhere else, they should totally make a joke about that.
No, they got my request because I put the request in for them to cancel. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to take a chance on Meg the Stallion coming back.
Yeah. There's also a Marvel banner that they replaced her with Deadpool, and like everything else is the exact same. It's just that one little switch.
Timeline was fixed. That's what the caption I saw was.
Let me speaking of She-Hulk, let me ask y'all a question.
Mhm.
Do you think it was a mistake to come up with that series? Do you think they should have brought her out in like an Avengers movie or something first and then the series?
No.
No.
Yeah, honestly, the series probably was a better idea. They just
Yeah.
needed better writers,
Right.
Like a lot better writers,
Yeah.
or at least people who are actually freaking competent.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, I personally, I'm not trying to bash women, but I just feel like when women are trying to write for women, they go a little too full bore and don't make them badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of do the whole me woman, me power kind of thing, but then it doesn't work the way you want it to.
Well, but sometimes it does, because look at Agatha.
Agatha was perfect though.
Agatha was really good. So I don't
Agatha
know
was really
all
good.
the writers if there was men and women on it, kind of a thing. And it's like
I
I'm
think-
all for women power and all that, but like sometimes it's like I just want someone to get punched in the face.
Somebody get slapped.
Exactly.
But Shaw, that's a good point because we saw that in Supergirl.
Yeah, I mean, Supergirl had good things at times, but also had some bad things. Like there was some femininity type stuff there, but like yeah, so like there was some good stuff. It was like a lot of like one of the main problems they had was having her flaws never not called out most of the time. So
Right.
yeah, but a lot of other times they did have good relationships. They actually allowed her to be in relationships. I mean, good actual decent male characters. So it's like sometimes they had bad feminist writing, other times they didn't. So it's kind of a mixed bag for that show.
Yeah. All right, what we got next up?
Speaking of a spin-off of a superhero, Kevin Feige has said that Miles Morales will appear in the MCU, but not until after Beyond the Spider-Verse is released.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I got to give Kevin Feige his props on that. I think with the recent news on Kane and how Jonathan Majors case got dropped, I think Kevin Feige owes that man an apology. What y'all think?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Disney rolls, though. I mean, Disney never apologized to Johnny Depp.
True.
When all of those shenanigans went on.
True.
I mean, and Johnny Depp, he lost every contract he had except for Dior.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dior was the only company that was like, hold our beer. This will work for our image.
Exactly. Exactly. This is perfect for us.
This is perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
And some of the companies have since come back and been like, hey, sorry we judged you unfairly, but Disney was not one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't tell me, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to trip on Dr. Doom. I'm not trying to trip on the character, but Robert Downey Jr. has skeletons in his closet too. That's all I'm saying.
It was a different time.
Yeah, different time period.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's kind of, I mean, he had to atone for that.
He did. And he did. Mel
Gibson had to come to bat for him to
Yep.
get him into Marvel.
Yep.
And I think it's because, like I said, it happened while he was in the middle of being a popular character with one of their franchises.
Yeah.
That's why they went that route. Just like same thing with Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? This might mean they actually might bring him back. Maybe.
Maybe somewhere down the road where this whole thing's
Maybe.
forgotten. You know?
But would he be willing? The other question is, would he be willing to come back?
Yeah.
For that paycheck.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's kind of John Boyega.
Oh,
Star Wars
that's a
is
good one.
paycheck too, and he basically, when he found out that basically every bit of his screen time was getting cut to appease a foreign audience, which I think all of us can agree that's absolutely not the way things should be done. But for him, he's like, no, I don't care how much they're going to pay me. I'm not going back to that.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got on the docket, Shaw?
Speaking of Disney, so since the Disney Snow White movie is filming in England, we got the budget of them so far. They have spent 270 mil, almost 270 mil, and that's not including what the marketing is going to be.
Jeez.
270 just on production?
Technically, they're getting free marketing. Remember all news outlets and stuff talking about how bad it's supposedly going to be. So.
270 just on production?
I feel like it's not going to make back this revenue of what it's production.
It ain't going to make that money back.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing the trailer that's playing in front of Wicked. There's some bad parts that looks like the CG dwarfs don't look good like at all.
Man, they could get up, man, 200 and
yeah.
And that's probably total after they stopped production and fired those other actors for the magical creatures to do animated dwarves.
That's crazy.
Which they should have either done in the first place or given dwarf or little people actors their time to shine.
Yeah. There should have been dwarves. It's all Peter Dinklage's fault.
All right, Shaw, what's up next, buddy?
Yeah. All right, let me down. Alan Tudyk has been cast as Clayface in whatever Clayface is going to show up in the new DCU. What are your thoughts?
I love Alan Tudyk.
He's already Clayface, so.
I was like, he's already Clayface for the Harley Quinn show, right?
I like Clayface.
Yep.
I like Clayface as a character. I like Clayface as a character.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Also, speaking of Disney, this is a little bit of a weird one. That I just found out about. Disney is going to be releasing an anime called Twisted Wonderland. They're going to be releasing 3 seasons. Yeah, they're releasing 3 seasons in October of 2025.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I am guessing that it is something that. So, Disney acquired a company called Star Plus for international streaming. Star Plus had a lot of original shows. This sounds very much like this may be one of those because technically Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass are what's the term when the copyright's expired?
Disney owns it.
Well, they may own the show, but I'm guessing they got it through Star Plus because a lot of the stuff that's coming out as far as anime that they're doing, it's not their actual anime. It's anime that's actually been released overseas, like in Korea, Japan, the Philippines, but it's new to a U.S. audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good take. All right, Shaw, what's up next?
Okay, there's a rumor that the Disney live-action Hercules will be about Hades. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll be okay with that.
I'd be all right there too.
I mean, good.
Yeah.
They gotta get James Woods.
Yeah,
They do. Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
So, I like Hades as a character. He is one of my favorite villains.
He is cool.
But you at that point you're not calling it Hercules. It's not a live action remake of Hercules. It's Hades.
Yeah.
So y'all need to pick a lane because this is one of they mess this one up, I will riot.
All right.
Cat gonna take the orange Cat go take that orange power ring and go red power ring. I'm sorry, and go crazy with it.
Or just do like with Maleficent, what they did with Maleficent. Just do like a whole like separate thing.
I really
Yep.
enjoyed those movies. Yeah,
Yep.
That
And mind
was,
you,
I was
and mind
skeptical
you,
about that.
yeah, and mind you, in Greek mythology, Hades is actually not a bad guy at all.
Yeah. He's misguided, but he's not a bad dude.
Yeah, he's like,
Mhm.
he's like the
anti-hero.
most chill god in all the Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
All
what's
right,
up, bro?
last thing I got. David Fincher is developing a English Squid Games for Netflix.
No.
I still don't understand. And y'all keep telling me the money aspect, and I get it because they ain't nobody love more money than me. But I'll be damned. Why would you put your life at risk for money? You only got one life, and if you lose, you done. I just never got it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm an old man here. Maybe it's just me. I don't get it.
I mean, I've told you guys my issue with it. They made a reality show on Netflix and nobody died.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
Cat said somebody gotta die for me to watch this. Cat said somebody gotta die for me to watch it.
At
Where
that
they
point,
die,
wipe out just
I
without
need people to die. Like,
Cat said, I ain't watching it till somebody die.
yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, Shaw, for coming up with that wonderful rundown for us tonight. I got some questions to end the show. Marvel versus DC. Okay. And Ty, you may have seen this on TikTok because I know you're big on TikTok. First statement, agree or disagree? The Justice League will always beat the Avengers. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree. It depends on the lineups.
Yep. So disagree.
All right. Superman, second one. This is about Superman. Superman is the definition of what a hero should be. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed.
That's a hard one to answer because I mean it's easy to say agree, but there's definitely
Other characters that can fit that bill in DC.
there's other ways you can sit on the other side of the fence and talk about how it's not.
Right. All right, next one. Agree or disagree? DC has more powerful magic users than Marvel.
I think they have more.
I think they might have used to, but I don't think so anymore. The last couple of years, Marvel's really invested a lot of stuff into the magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say disagree. Yeah.
I disagree with that myself. And if they're not adding more people, if they're amping up what they already have. Look at Thor. Look at Scarlet Witch. Give me a second here. Let me go to the next one.
Is Thor technically a magic user though?
Well, Viking magic gods, mythology.
Power.
Yeah.
Okay, we're counting god power magic. Okay.
I mean, Loki's pretty magical, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Loki's a badass. Hey Ty, isn't he? No, it's Dr. Doom, Sorcerer Supreme. I'm sorry. All right, next one. Yeah, currently. Next one. DC legacy heroes are better than Marvel's. Agree or disagree?
I guess it depends what they're considering as a legacy character.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I would just.
So we going back to like the Justice Society characters and calling those legacy characters, or are we talking about what are we talking about? I'd say disagree because I don't know what they're talking about.
Come to mind like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Aquaman.
But some people don't see those as legacy characters. Some people see the legacy characters as like Justice Society people.
Yeah,
True.
like before that.
True.
We don't talk about those people.
That's my point. It depends what we're talking about because legacy.
we don't talk about those
It's
people.
Complicated.
We don't talk about characters
talk about
that
them
came out before there was a movie. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
I would say
All right.
DC probably wins that. Probably, yeah.
All right. Next one. This is going to be kind of controversial. Agree or disagree? Batman has much better villains than Spider-Man. I say disagree.
Disagree.
I
He
think
has ones like
Depends on what you mean by
I
better.
actually have to say slightly agree.
I say
Yeah.
Depends on what you mean by better.
The only reason why I say disagree because 99% of his rogues are humans.
I
Like I
still
said, it depends on what you mean by better. Like
I mean-
character-wise, background, personality, Batman. But like
I
creativity,
can name
powers,
way more Batman villains that are interesting than Spider-Man villains.
I mean, I was gonna say Spider-Man villains are all getting beat up by like a 16-year-old kid. So there's
Hey,
that.
don't knock on
Yeah,
it. Spider-Man is powerful.
And these
Batman's villains are all
Spider-Man's
getting
up
beat by a billionaire
most
mansion.
of our
Also,
adults
like,
that have
Look at Ando.
Daddy
Ando.
issues.
Ando. I won't mind saying that myself, bro.
You said Black Cat is all that matters, so that's both sides of the fence. Poison Ivy, Black Cat. You're choosing both sides of the fence, there, guy.
you can just do like
I mean,
Black
Poison
Cat
Ivy
versus
Black Cat in a mud pit. I mean, it doesn't matter which side.
Catwoman versus Black Cat. Just say.
I think Black Cat's better than Catwoman, but that's just my opinion.
I think Catwoman wins because Catwoman wins because Catwoman would kill.
Oh, Catwoman's a better fighter. I'm not denying that. Catwoman's a better fighter. Catwoman would beat the shit out of Black Cat.
Yeah, but Black Cat, yeah.
But Black Cat's a much more fun character.
She is.
Depends.
All right. I got another one here for you. This one's going to be a little bit controversial. DC has a lot better family dynamic than Marvel.
DC?
Yep.
With all their dead parents?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's why I say it's
everybody's
that's why I say it's controversial.
everybody's an orphan over there.
Yeah, I'm
I mean, but if you go back and look at, but if you go back and look, I mean, but if you go back and look at it, though, you look at the Superman family, you look at the Marvel family, you look at the Teen Titans, you look at the Batman family. Just saying.
So I guess it depends on what they're calling family, because otherwise
Yeah.
it should be called, you know,
who's a better
OC
person?
for orphan children.
Who overcame trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man every now and then when he actually gets to have a family for a while.
Well, the Spider Society in general right now, because of all the stuff going on, 616 currently does have now officially Ghost Spider, Silk, Miles Morales Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, Spider-Boy, like and they're all like kind of consider each other families. Like they're building up their own.
Well, so that's my question though. Like, what are they considering family? Are they talking like Bat family, Spider
like
family,
related or what? Like,
or are they talking like this is mom, dad, and little Billy
Otherwise,
and their sister and their white picket fence until one day a bad guy in Gotham comes out and janks them in an alley?
Hey, Cat.
Cat's definitely a legacy
Pearl.
character for sure.
Oh yeah. We call him Batman because all we want to talk about with Batman is dead parents. That's why we have Hot Topic Batman. He's so edgy he can cut himself.
Same thing
But
about
whenever,
Superman.
God, that Robert Pattinson, Jesus Christ.
Superman, Jor-El, you're our only hope. We're gonna send you off in a planet and hope you don't suffocate while our planet blows up, and hopefully you won't get hit by the debris.
Like, I don't get why
have
they
you
didn't
read
like jump
Ultimate
off the planet
Superman
also
like
with
that?
the pig. Like, build your own ship and fly off.
Yep. All right, I got one more to close this out. I got a few more to close out. All right. Agree or disagree? DC has better villains.
Agree.
What do you, like stronger, more memorable? What are we talking about? Better?
I think it might be more iconic.
Okay, so more memorable. Okay.
Yeah.
That's tough because
We're
Marvel's got
talking
some
about
good villains.
quantity.
Because Marvel's got
So
some
then
good
here's
villains
my
too.
question though:
The
Are
quantity
we
might be Marvel.
talking core Marvel and DC, or are we getting into like their offshoots through like Vertigo and all of that?
No, core Marvel and DC.
Yeah, core Marvel and DC.
I mean,
I'd say
That's
it's
hard.
a
tough spot
split.
for DC villains.
That's
Like,
I'd put a
the
split.
quantity, yeah. Marvel.
My only issue is though they got Black Adam picture here. Black Adam is a hero right now.
that's only because The Rock refuses to play a villain.
Anti-hero.
Because The Rock doesn't want to be a bad guy. It makes him feel bad.
Yeah.
Leos.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You know, hood
Black
kids, we don't
Adam.
feel it.
Black
You can't
Adam,
get
you're my
mad.
nemesis as a 10-year-old boy who can turn into a buff man.
He says, "Shazam!"
Damn.
I'm so big and bad. I just can't beat up a 10-year-old boy.
Didn't
All right.
Shazam murk him and like Injustice? Or not Shazam, Superman?
Yes, down to his
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
snaps in it. Yeah.
That's the point when you know that Superman's the bad guy of the story.
All
No,
right.
you heard a 10-year-old boy. How dare you?
All right. I got another.
What did he do?
con-
Up on Lois Lane's foot?
Damn.
Probably
Damn. All right, I got another controversial one. Y'all get ready for this. Agree or disagree? Batman beats every powerless hero.
Agreed.
Disagree.
I say disagree because I saw in the comments, I think it was Penguin's son was whooping his ass. The only
Disagree.
thing that saved him was his mechanical hand.
Yeah,
So I gotta
disagree.
disagree. I gotta disagree on that one. You
We're
seen him
talking DC to DC, right? We're not talking DC to Marvel?
Yeah, we're just talking DC. I mean,
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the Punisher could beat Batman.
nah, bullshit.
I think the only reason why Punisher
Because they
loses,
both just need prep time.
but I think the only reason why Punisher,
Will
I
kill.
think the only reason why Punisher loses is because Batman is used to dealing with weapons and guns being aimed at him.
Yeah.
He would be
I mean,
prepared for that.
to be fair, when
Punisher's
Batman
badass,
first
though.
came in contact with Red Hood, he did get his ass handed to him by Red Hood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only because Red Hood knew him, and he still won.
So there's excuses now.
But
It's
man,
still
no,
happening.
no,
Still happening.
No. That is
Here's
the
what
difference
Batman
between Red
doesn't
Hood and
do.
Punisher. Red Hood had information about Batman that Punisher would not have.
So the Punisher,
Yeah,
so the
but-
Punisher doesn't study his people. Have you ever read a Punisher comic?
Compared to
Punisher
the Red
studies
Hood?
all of his people before he goes
Yeah,
hunting them.
well, we're talking about the Red Hood though.
Again, I'm just pointing out that like saying it could never happen is
The only people that have the information that the Red Hood have will be anyone that actually trained with Batman. That's what I'm talking about.
And
Punisher
Alfred.
would never
okay.
get
What about
any amount
what
of
about
that
Azazel?
information.
What about Azazel?
Ooh, I
Yeah,
remember
Batman
Azazel.
still beats him.
Azazel
I
didn't
remember
study
Azazel.
with Batman. He knew how to fight like Batman.
I remember Azazel.
I didn't say fight like Batman. I said the only reason why Red Hood, was doing what he was doing to Batman in the beginning when they first met was because he had information that only he could have.
But Azazel was able to
And-
take
and-
on Batman as well, and he didn't have that same
Okay.
information.
And Batman still beat him. That's a different thing there, buddy.
But the thing, I love the Azazel though, because that suit that he had, hey, that suit was tough, Tyler. That suit was tough.
It was.
That suit was tough. I like that suit that Azazel had. That was awesome. All right, let me see the last one here that I have. Give me a second.
But wait, there's
All
more.
right. Spider-Man is the most iconic teen hero.
Yeah.
Team
Iconic teen hero,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. He's the first. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I,
Not more,
Robin.
not
Does
more
he
than Spider-Man.
I don't know
Nope.
about that one.
Not more than Spider-Man.
We talking
Robin's great and
about
everything.
we talking about Dick Grayson?
The Robin, not any person. Robin.
Just Robin
Yeah.
in general. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
because just for Robin's association with Batman alone, because of that makes Robin more iconic than Spider-Man.
Bullshit. Spider-Man is still more iconic, bro. Spider-Man is on that Mount
Agree to
Rushmore.
disagree.
Spider-Man is on that Rushmore. Robin is not.
That's an interesting. Hey, that's a new show segment we got to do. Superhero debate. And last one. This is going to be controversial too. Damn it, I can't get away from that. DC has better team representation.
Teen representation.
If they're talking about
Unfortunately, I'd have to agree, but I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I think
I don't know if I want teen superheroes because that's also kind of bad. But I get the representation, so yeah, I would DC.
I would say no. There's kind of an even thing. Like Marvel does have like the Challengers, the Young Avengers,
Sure.
New
the
Mutants.
Runaways,
New
and
Mutants.
Mutants. Like, they have a lot of teams with
I
young
think
characters.
I think the only reason why you have to go with DC, they put their team, they put them in the forefront. They promote them better
Mm-hmm.
because everybody knows the
Okay,
type.
you can say that.
Everybody,
They're far more
everybody knows-
successful than any of them.
Right.
Besides Young Avengers, they're more successful than any.
Everybody, and maybe that might change when if the Young Avengers end up doing that movie. But everybody knows the Teen
Actually,
Titans.
I hear the Young Avengers is going to be a show instead. Actually,
Okay, but
that's what I
everybody,
hear.
but everybody knows Teen Titans.
Yep.
That's
Whether
true.
you like the original or if you like Teen Titans Go. But
Well, you want to know why I think that's the reason? I think the reason behind that is now Marvel and DC both do it differently, but more often than not, teen superheroes in DC are sidekicks underneath the main superhero. Where
Right.
Marvel, that's not always the case. They don't typically do a bunch of teen sidekicks. So when they introduce a new teen character, that character will either take off or they won't.
Right.
True.
I agree. Okay, I got another one that's going to be kind of controversial, but I'm going to ask it anyway. This comes from me. Who represents their black characters better?
I don't know if I can answer that.
Maybe DC, maybe.
I don't think it's Marvel.
Are we talking about Marvel and DC, or are we talking about that character?
Marvel and DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably DC. I mean,
I feel DC has wider, more diverse representation.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Marvel really just has Wakanda.
The wide range. I agree that DC would have the wider range, but I think the people who are more known, that are higher up on that rope, would be more.
Yeah. Particularly what they did with Black Panther and Storm back in the day.
True.
That was
And the recent, in the last couple of years, the rise of Blue Marvel.
And then, yep. I swear that man need a TV show or a movie. I swear he does. And I hope he get it. And I hope he gets it.
I still say that Monica Rambeau should have been Captain Marvel for the movie.
Ooh.
They should have went with her instead of Carol.
Ooh.
Monica Rambeau.
Oh.
Yeah. She should have been the Captain Marvel they chose instead of going with Carol.
That would have been interesting. But then again, you never really got the star scene in the movie.
I haven't seen the movie, so.
What?
Enjoyable.
It's all right.
You question me, and then you're like, it's all right.
I'll tell you this.
I'm going to shame you, Janae, but it was okay.
It's all right. It's better than Madam Web, damn it.
That's a low bar to cross.
That's a low bar.
Well, you tripping over that bar? Because that's how low it is.
That movie's trash.
I still haven't seen it yet. I think it's on Netflix.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to waste 2 hours of your life, go ahead.
I can just sleep through it. Wake up at the end.
If you want something, if you need to go to sleep, that's the movie to go to sleep to.
If you want to hate comic book movies, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but I think next week, and doing this, I think next week we might come up with a couple of battles to talk about. Seeing how you entirely went at it. Yeah.
Actually, remember, we're skipping next week because next week
We're skipping next week.
The week after
Thanksgiving.
What we need to be thankful for these battles.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, we have battles. Plus, also that week is going to be the end of the Arrowverse.
Yes.
We're also going to be talking about that. So yeah, we have stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm gonna fire an arrow into the sky for the final, days for your RIP.
Anybody see any way? Does anybody see any way they could possibly bring the Arrowverse back?
Money.
yeah, money. Yeah.
Oh, James Gunn isn't doing as well as we want. I don't know. I don't know. Should we call Snyder or should we call Arrowverse? I don't know. Money. Here's money.
Money. As long as they leave Naomi off the table, I'm good.
I don't know, man. Like, I just kind of feel like they went too far down rabbit holes that you just can't recover from.
Yeah.
Never say never, Kat. I've watched Power Rangers for 30 years. They've never had shame, ever.
Yeah, but the fans also didn't have shame either. The fans still somehow were for it. Where even Arrowverse fans, like, I was diehard in the beginning. And then there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this.
Yeah, they're good times and bad times.
Yeah. I think especially those bad times, they kind of dug in a little too far.
Yeah.
I really think you could have killed Arrow after season 3. I really do. But that's just my opinion.
You mean Batman with the Green Arrow skin? What?
I mean.
Oh man. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. All right, let's go around the room, see what everybody's got going on this week. What's going on in their personal lives? Kat, I'm gonna start with you.
All right. Well, we are coming up on a holiday week for Feast of Fandom. So on Monday, we will still have a new episode of MCU Monday. I believe we are going to get a new episode of Captain's Logs and Lightsabers this week, talking about Star Trek Generations, since the 30th anniversary is right around this time of year.
Yeah.
Wednesday, we will have a new episode of War of the Stars. Then, as you mentioned, because of the holiday, Cantina Happy Hour will not be having a live show, and we will not be live next Saturday. In the meantime, though, like personally for me, I still have things going on my Etsy shop at Shield Maiden's Creative Creations. So if you are looking for fun gifts for the holidays, feel free to go ahead and hop on over there. But yeah, then in the meantime, make sure that you are following us here. Click that like and subscribe. And if you're looking for us over on social media, just do a search for Feast of Fandoms. You're going to find us on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, just by searching Feast of Fandoms.
And real quick on that note, I want to thank ESEN for having us on their network live stream tonight. We do appreciate it. All right, let me head on over to Tyler. Tyler, what you got coming up this week?
Holiday season. I'm gonna have a 3-day week, so I'll enjoy the 4-day weekend. I guess I will be catching up on some wonderful comics because it's always fun. I have volume 2 of Something's Killing the Children to read, so I heard that's pretty good to read. I'm continuing my rewatch of Pokemon, as well as I dove into an anime. Is it Farron and Journey? What is it? Journey Beyond Journey's End or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's been a good one to watch. I don't know if people have seen it. It came out last year, so that's been a fun one to get into for anime. But yeah, just watching some anime, reading some comics, and just kind of enjoying the holiday weekend, I guess.
There we go. Oh, real quick, I never asked you this since you've been doing a rewatch. Do you now have a favorite Pokemon?
Well, I always had some. I just don't think any of mine were like the ones I was always like Mew or Lugia. Those were like the ones I would always gravitated toward. I don't think I have a favorite Pokemon in the normal Pokemon category yet, but yeah, I mean, I've always gravitated towards Mew and Lugia just because I've always thought their design was cool. I thought they were cool characters, cool Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Lugia is cool. He's got a whole game centered around himself. That's pretty cool. All right, let me head on over to Diamond. Diamond, what you got coming up this week?
Well, this week I'm gonna continue streaming Life is Strange 2, and then I'm going to try to see if I can get what's it called? Star Wars. What's it called? It's the second Star Wars game. I forgot what it's called. Fuck.
Outlaws?
No, not that one. Fuck that game.
Hold on.
It was after Jedi Fallen Order. It's the other one.
All right. Let me go ahead and move on. Shaw, what you got coming up this week?
I've been rewatching Jessica Jones, so I'm gonna continue doing that. And other than that, same old.
Janae, what you got coming up this week?
I am catching up on my anime watch list on Crunchyroll right now, mainly Natsume Yujin Show, and there's another one that True Beauty was another one, and I have a couple other ones. Oh, I Will Become the Villainess Who Goes Down in History. That's a funny one. And Yakuza Fiance is hilarious. So that's what I'm catching up on right now.
All right, and myself, since everybody says I don't ever say what I'm doing, I've been getting emails about that too from some people. What are you doing this weekend, William? I don't know if they really want to know if they're trolling.
The answer is yes.
But basically, yeah. But basically, what I'm doing this weekend, I'm doing a Sailor Moon rewatch, and
OG or Crystal?
OG. I ain't watching no damn. Hell no, I ain't watching no damn Crystal. Hell no. It's got to be OG. It's got to be. I don't like the way they designed the scouts in Crystal. I don't like the way they designed the scouts.
Oh, that was that was a brain fart on my part. Sailor Moon Crystal will be airing on TV.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. Yeah.
And
right.
I just wish that they would go back, I know it'd be horrible, but if they would go back through and reanimate the first 2 seasons to the new animation style that they have, because this new animation style is a lot better than what they started with.
Yeah, than what they started with. Yeah, because what they started with was trash. And I'm also going to do Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Gonna try to hit the ladder. See if I can get on. See if I can get up the Master Ball tier. So,
Well, I guess so. If we're not back next week, so if we're back 2 weeks from now, so that'd be what, December 7th, right?
Yeah, 7th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
the only thing I'll say then for that is I will be re-upping my Xbox Live because on the 6th is when Marvel Rivals comes out.
Come
And
out.
so
Mhm.
that's where I'll
It's
be.
coming out for PC too, so I might jump on that too.
My Marvel Overwatch, yeah, you got me. I'm there.
That's what it is.
100%. It's Overwatch with a Marvel skin. I'm down.
Yep. I am down too. All right. If there's nothing else, I want to say thank you to everybody there in TV land for enjoying the show. Appreciate every comment in the chat. Also, we'll be back on the 7th, as already previously mentioned, after the holidays. Don't eat too much, y'all. Don't eat too much.
Wear your stretchy pants. Eat all you
Eat a
want.
lot. Don't just eat coma.
Mama Cat's like, don't listen to Will. Eat what you want. Go
Don't
for
listen to Will. Eat what you want. Eat what you want.
Don't do a food coma.
All right. And that's going to do it for us at the Geek Gauntlet. We'll see you on November the 7th. Have a happy and safe holiday, guys. Everybody take care.
Bye.
Bye.